Welcome to the channel, guys. I'm sorry for the quality of the video of this first couple of videos. I'm sitting in my truck currently because I haven't had a chance to set up the area where I'm going to do these videos on a daily or weekly basis yet. So if you'll just pardon the mess, then we will try to do better for the next video. Anyway, moving on. One of the books I picked up yesterday was Ultimate Spider-Man #1 by Jonathan Hickman and Marco Checchetto. I just thought I would review that book here. It is, in short, in my opinion, what has been missing from Amazing Spider-Man in the 616 universe for quite some time. I'm not a fan of Zeb Wells' writing or his pacing on his stories, and to me it just doesn't seem like he understands the character. On the other hand, Jonathan Hickman, to me, again, hit the nail on the head with this issue. He reminds people why Peter Parker is a special character. It's got nothing to do with his villains or flashy things. Instead, it's his characterization. And it's the reality of that characterization and his life with Mary Jane. And how Peter Parker is a very fallible human being. And he seems to always have some sort of issue going on in his life. And to start this book out, it just seems like the character is missing something. This is spoiler territory, so if you don't want to or haven't had the chance to read this just yet and you don't want to hear any spoilers, this is a spoiler warning. He's not Spider-Man at the beginning of the book. This picks up from the beginning of the new Ultimate Universe, which was also written by Jonathan Hickman. And it's a Peter Parker without his spider identity. It's Peter Parker with the family man that we always say that we claim that we want. He is married to Mary Jane. They've got 2 kids, Richard and May. And it seems like the picture-perfect life that Peter wants. But he just feels like there's something missing. There's something in his life that he feels like he should have had happen to him. And he can't get his head around exactly why he's missing out. Also, a secondary spoiler warning. Aunt May has died in this book. And Uncle Ben is alive. So it brings with it a new dynamic, because a lot of us that have been reading Spider-Man for the last 20, 30, 40 years, with great power comes great responsibility. That was his motto. That's where the character drew his greatest strength in time of need. Well, he has responsibilities. Responsibilities to Mary Jane, responsibilities to his kids, responsibilities to the world at large, and his job, which again, he works at the Daily Bugle. So for me personally, this book hit kind of all of the right notes. It hit all of those areas that we've been missing in Spider-Man for the last few years. It just seems like the characterization is off in ASM and in the 616 Peter Parker. He does things that are out of character. He just doesn't flow the way that you would expect Peter Parker to. He zags when you expect him to zig. But for this book, it brings a lot of that story and characterization to the forefront. It opens up a whole new world of possibilities as well, with May being dead. But he still has Ben, at least for this first issue. I don't know how the story is going to progress from here, but he has his Uncle Ben. So what of great power comes great responsibility? Because in this universe, May didn't die due to inaction on Peter's part. Instead, she died due to a terrorist event that really didn't have anything to do with Peter. So how that part of the story is going to play out, other than the fact that he told Mary Jane at the beginning of the book that he felt like a part of his life was missing. So that could be a strong counterpoint for the great responsibility. he feels like that level of responsibility has been missing in his life. And the only way to get that back is to become Spider-Man. So he does become Spider-Man by the end of the book, the very last page. But how is he going to progress? Who will the villains be? It's kind of like a Black Mirror version of Spider-Man, or an alternate universe, complete alternate universe version, where all the chess pieces are put on the board, but they haven't quite got the same color scheme that you're used to. And their power sets aren't quite the same. They don't move like normal chess pieces. They might have an extra move or something that a normal knight on a chessboard might be able to do, they may not be able to do. So it really opens up an entire brand new world for Spider-Man and for his cast of characters. By the way, I should have prefaced this that Peter Parker's my favorite character. He's the one that I've always related to the most in comics, and Amazing Spider-Man, the series, is my favorite series. But right now, at least with this first issue, I think Ultimate Spider-Man has replaced ASM as my favorite title. So if you're wanting a different take on Peter Parker, if you're wanting a different take on Parker's life and cast and just more story and less flash, then give Ultimate Spider-Man #1 a shot. Go to your LCS, pick it up, give it a read, and then when you've read it, come back here and let me know what you thought. Because personally, I think this is a really good move in the right direction for the character. Unfortunately, it's not in the 616 main universe, but I really think that it's moving in the right direction, and I think it's the story that we've all wanted to read for the last few years with Peter Parker. Thanks again for your time, and shoot me some comments down in the comments section below, and if you like this video, like and subscribe, and I will be back with more content. Thanks.